What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pearl Media. In today's episode, we'll be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Let's get into it.
That's just what it comes down to. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am well. All right. So how old are you?
36.
36. Okay. What are we talking about today? I'm talking about overestimating values or hoes the housewife. Or did you have a question?
I don't have a question. I was just saying, I know some men that are like, oh, they love escorts, they love strippers, and they go for those type of women. That's weird to me. So no, it's just weird. Why? That's where the confusion comes into play also. It's like
You know men, but what do these men earn and what do they do?
just like regular, like fixing air conditioners and stuff like
Okay.
that. And,
I'm making the distinction about men who are making over $100,000 a year.
oh, okay.
So that's we're talking about the higher income men.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you saying? You see women leave the club and get married?
Yes, to men that, yes, I have. But I'm not saying I'm not sticking up for them. I'm agreeing with you also. You know.
Well, I will say that, like I said, a lot of women ask, can you go from being a hoe to a housewife? Hoeing is going to be a hard one. But did they get married or are they just together?
They were just together.
There's a difference. The difference is marriage. See, one of the things about my platform is we can only keep scores in marriages. We can't keep scores in relationships, talking, hooking up, living together. Marriages are is what we can count and is real.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's a good path though. So guys will date a woman. Guys will have fun with it, kick it with, but walk down the aisle with one.
Comes into play too sometimes because like men will date women like that, and then you got healthcare professionals like me that are out there, and we're looking at people like this, and I'm just confused sometimes. Like, to be honest.
Well, dating means having sex without commitments. Mm-hmm. They don't get married, so do you want the outcome just because they're dating them?
No.
All right. They're in it for something different. But do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have 3 teenagers.
How many all by the same father or different fathers?
The oldest, his father died, and then the younger 2 are by the same man.
Okay. So 2. Well, do you want to get married?
At this point, not really.
So what's the issue then if you don't want to get married?
I mean, it's just after a while of listening to you, and I mean, I was already kind of like thinking that's kind of like the same way you were. At a point, it's like, first off, I'm a little too busy to be, if you're a real mom and you're really doing it for real by yourself, you're too busy for a man. You're too busy to even act like you want to date or include anyone into the equation. It should feel a little awkward in the first place to even just throw a man into the equation, especially when you got kids that are up in age. It's a little weird for
But you're 36.
Right.
Okay, how old is your youngest?
15.
Oh, you started early.
Yeah, I did.
So your kids will be gone. Your kids are by before you're 40 years old. Your last kid will be out of high school.
Right.
So what's the rest of life going to look like for a 40-year woman? So you're going to have your $2.4 million saved up?
So right now, I'm just working on my company. It is a baby.
But are you going to have your $2.4 million saved by age 65 to retire on?
I don't know. Let's hope.
There's no hope. As a single one, no, there's no hope. See, if you don't have a man,
I mean,
listen. I need you to listen. Mm-hmm. This is not about hope. This is about family planning and life. This is adult stuff. If you don't have a man When you reach 65 in mandatory retirement, you can't work anymore, and you don't have enough money to live on from 65 to 85, you get more expensive as you age. Who's going to pay for you? Social Security won't be there. The government won't be there. Who's going to pay?
I mean, I'm not saying that that's not what I want. Right now, I do not want to.
I don't care what, but see, later is too late.
Listen to me. Later?
Later is too late.
In about 5 years from now, then I can focus on me.
See, that's just, okay.
Because I listen to you. Why do you,
no. Why do you think it works that way? Why do you think you can make these, why do you think you have that amount of control?
You contradict yourself because you're
No, I don't know. I just asked you. No, listen. No. I'm talking, no. I asked you, why do you think you can make that decision? And you're telling me I contradict myself. That's not an answer. That's a statement.
So why do I what?
Why do you think you can make, why do you think you have that much control?
Why wouldn't I? It's my life.
Because you had 3 children. Were you married to either one of the fathers?
No.
Okay.
One died before he could even, and then the other 2, yeah, they're by the same man. But no, if somebody has issues, you gotta cut it off.
Then why have babies with somebody that got issues? See, marry before you carry. No. See, there's the same shit again right there. I'm young and dumb. See, one of the biggest problems I have, especially with black women, is you keep excusing yourselves. You give yourself the benefit of the doubt, and then because life gets messed up and stressful, you put it off on being too busy and this and that. And at the end of the day, that sounds. I need you to. Okay, I'm going to either have the conversation. I'm going to have the conversation with you or over. You're not going to talk through me. That's just not going to happen.
Go ahead.
The reality is this: it doesn't matter what you think about it or I think about it. Somebody's going to have to pay for you once you retire. If you don't have a man, if you don't have it saved, either you going to pay for it, your kids going to pay for it, somebody, because the government ain't going to pay for it. Where's it going to come from?
Okay, we'll say the kids, because I invest in them. Okay, and I'm
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I'm building them up.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. That is fucked up.
You're not going to help your parents?
That is fucked up. It is not. That is fucked. Listen to me and listen to me well, people. This is part of the problem with the black community. This is fucked up. That our black mothers like this think that their kids owe them something.
Yeah, you do.
No, they don't. No. This is why most of our children are not born out of a loving, respectful relationship. Most of our kids are born out of a fuck. They're born out of sex.
Oh, mine wasn't.
Okay, they're not born in marriage. There's not a plan. But did you? Okay.
For a year.
Okay, so anyway, a whole year. Then you want to say you're young and dumb and this and that. That means no plan. And this is what I was just talking about earlier today on YouTube.
But
giving yourselves the benefit of the doubt.
You can't go from a choice that you made at 17 to 20 to 36 and then go back and be like, oh, well, you can't.
No, you can't.
Did that and you did this.
No, you can't. But you are supposed.
I'm raising my children, and I'm laying in my bed, and I'm raising my children. And when I'm finished, then I can focus on them.
And this is the problem. You think this is the problem. They really think they have this. They really think they have this much control. You can't tell them anything. That's what I'm saying. Man, you think you have that kind of, when they're then, I can just plug this in like this. And I'll be young and beautiful. You'll be 41 with 3 kids. And you think a man is going to come in and say, I'll marry you. Sure, I'll marry you. I'll marry you, and then I'll take on all, and then you can take my
responsibility. What responsibility?
All right. So this is the problem. This is what you just seen right now. Is this why I don't give the young and dumb excuse? Because you don't sound like you've learned anything. Because you said I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Man, you don't have that kind of control. Men decide who get married, not you. Men determine who gets married.
So if I decide I don't want to get married, that's not my control. That's not
No,
my
somebody has to decide to marry you first. You can decide whether
No,
you
if
accept the
I
proposal. No. See, that's what I think. They think they have control they don't have. A man has to propose to you
you
first.
act like we have to get married. Like
I
it's
don't
like
give a
the
shit if you
end
get
goal.
married.
That's
I
the
don't
end
give it. No,
all be
understand
all,
something.
and I'm gonna be
Understand something. I don't give
happily
it.
ever
Well, this is
after
the
if
same.
I have a man.
This is the same woman who came on complaining about how strippers get relationships and she doesn't. This is why this is the same
Oh, I
person.
don't say that. Oh,
I
I
don't
get
give a
men
man.
everywhere.
I bet you
Trust
do.
me.
You got 3
Y'all
kids.
heard,
I bet you
y'all
do.
heard come
I
on
do.
to
You
me.
got the
Nurses
red
come
hair.
on to me. ICU
Exactly. You
nurses
look
come
like
on
you
to
be
me.
fun. But again, don't nobody want to marry you. And at the end of the day, I don't give a shit if you get
No,
married or not. I don't give a shit if
that's
you. I
not
don't
it.
give a shit if you
That's
get me.
not
I don't
it.
give a. I don't give a
I'm
shit
not
if you.
even in a
I don't give
relationship
a
because
shit. Exactly,
I'm
you're not. I don't give a
I
shit
made
whether
the
you
choice
get
that
married.
I want to make my
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit whether you get married or not. I just hope that the taxpayer don't have to fund you, because if your kids gonna have to pay for you, or you gonna be homeless because you ain't gonna have it together.
Why would they? I mean, I
Yeah,
definitely am working and I'm doing
it doesn't
a
matter
damn good
because you
job
takes
at
more
working at a really great job
because
at anything
you are too hard
doing.
headed. You are too hard headed and too stubborn to hear any goddamn thing. This is the modern woman, modern black woman. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Too defiant in their fucking foolishness.
All right, let's break this one down. She's 36 years old, has 3 kids from 3 different men, and doesn't want marriage. In fact, she says she doesn't want a man at all. On top of that, she comes with attitude, and Kevin was absolutely not having it. And honestly, you can't blame him. Let's keep it real. At 36, with 3 kids and 3 baby daddies, the dynamic here is already extremely complex. Any man with options is going to see the reality immediately. There's a lot of baggage, there's a lot of history, and there's a lot of responsibility she's unwilling to share in a committed way. She's basically saying, I want to live my life my way, no marriage, no accountability, no partnership. And that's fine if that's truly what she wants, but you can't call it relationship readiness. Now let's talk about the attitude. You can't come into a conversation with Kevin Samuels and act like your life is perfect when your choices tell a completely different story. 3 kids, 3 fathers, no desire for a committed partnership. That's not empowerment, that's avoidance. It's avoiding accountability for decisions that have real life consequences, and Kevin called that out. He was calm, logical, and direct. He wasn't going to let her frame her lifestyle as some kind of victory or choice that men should accept without consequence. And here's the kicker. She doesn't want a man, but she still expects men to respect her, validate her, and engage with her on her terms. That's not how the dating world works, especially when you've already got this level of complexity in your life. Men with options don't want to step into chaos. They want peace, they want partnership, they want stability. And when you outright say, I don't want marriage, I don't want you, but still play along, that's a huge red flag. Kevin's reality check was necessary because too many women think that attitude and independence automatically make them untouchable or untouchably high value. But high value isn't just about attitude, it's about femininity, cooperation,